If you have a hard time with updos, then stick around. I'm going to show you a very easy, seamless way to do an updo using one simple tool. So first I'm going to show you the Upstyle brush by Olivia Garden. This folds really neatly and it slips into your back pocket. I have it on set with me. We use this quite often just to support our work. So this is a very foundational, important piece that you're gonna want to use for your updo. I'm gonna show you a technique called lacing, and this is something that we do backstage quite a bit in New York Fashion Week, where we actually build volume because time is of essence. For this upstyle, I am going to bring some of the front out of the way and let it naturally fall. I do prefer it when it's not as forced, and I like to have some of the front and the sides cascading out through here. And I'll do the exact same thing on the other side. So I want that to fall soft and natural. The rest of it, I want to build up through here. So I'm going to do two small ponies. I'm going to start right at the top of the ear, and I'm going to go to the top of the crown through here. So you can see during this parting, it's going from shorter to higher up into the crown. And I'm not going to worry so much about everything looking perfect because we want all this to be brought in together. And sometimes when you create a really strong line, all you can see is that strong line. Before I begin my lacing, I'm going to secure this out of the way with a clip. I'm now going to work from the bottom up, and I'm going to basically start at the very base of the ear. So starting at the bottom, I'm going to lift the entire section up through here. And I'm going to use the bristles. So what I like about this is it's got a boar bristle with a nylon bristle mix. So the nylon bristles hold on to it. The boar bristles help to build friction. And I'm going to grab the hair from the very top and I'm going to release it down, and I'm going to curve my brush out. So grab down, pull out, grab down, pull out. And as you do this, you're building out your weight. So you really want to create lots of friction and volume. And you can go through and do this a couple of times. So I'm just holding this very lightly, and then I'm going to let it drop out. I'm going to grab it one more time and do it again. This time around, I'm going to start more in the midsection rather than so close to the base in the midsection. Grab it up and out. The reason why I'm doing this is because the type of updo that I'm going to be doing, I really want there to be a secure base within it because we're going to do two ponytails and her hair is quite soft. So before I finish that out, I'm going to grab this top piece here because this is where the base of pony one is going to go. I'm going to grab this section through here and I'm going to do a little bit of a C-shaped carving. So I'm going to go in, carve it down. And as I work my way up, now I'm going to grab the hair and do that last bit of lacing technique. Now we're ready to build up our ponies. I'm going to grab this entire section and I'm going to use the exact same brush. I'm grabbing everything with my Upstyle brush, pulling everything up to the base of that section now. And a little tip when you're building up, especially since this updo is going to be higher up on the head, you want to tip the chin up so that way you can get this as taut as possible. So I'm going to bring everything up through here, grab it loosely. I'm not going to worry about these flyaways. I'll catch that later on with some hairspray when I'm fully done. And once I get a good grip on everything, I'm just going to use a small elastic and I'm going to start out my pony. I'm going to finish off with just a couple of inches pulling it through where I have this secure base here. And I'm going to let the ends be free. Now we're ready for our second pony. I'm going to release the clip through here. And I am going to take my Upstyle brush and I'm only going to be focusing on just the base. So I'm going to do my C-shaped carving that I was saying through the base here. And then I'm going to lightly tap and push it open just in the underneath. The top part, I'm going to leave it alone. So that's pretty good. I just wanted really the base of that pony so that I have a little bit of friction to hold that down. And I'm going to bring my entire pony now with my Upstyle brush and I'm going to bring it toward me. The base of this actual pony, I'm going to do the exact same step and I'm going to have these ponies meet one another. So I'm going to bring everything in. And we're going to do a little couple inch knot through there. The next step, I'm gonna take my Upstyle brush one last time. I'm gonna take the tail end of it. I'm gonna start in one corner here, and I'm gonna slide it all the way through the middle of that pony and give it a gentle tug. Now what that's gonna do is it's gonna release a little bit of a pocket in the center so I can slip that other knot through the hole. I'm now gonna slide the other half bun through the loop and push it out the other end. And there it is. The reason why I did it to the side and not into the middle is because if I want to pull this and get volume through the top, I won't have that split in the center in my way. Now we're left with 2 half ponies and we have the ends out here. We have plenty to play around with. I can have the option of pulling this open a little bit more. I already twisted this to the side and now I'm just gonna collapse it down. I'm gonna start using my bobby pins to place it in. This is where I kind of like to go more organic. I'm gonna open this area up and I'm gonna kind of push my fingers down in some areas that I'm enjoying this. And I like to really kind of twist it around, play around with some of the shape. And I'm gonna take my bobby pin and just secure it down in some areas first and kind of let it see what it wants to do from there. So now that I have the top half knot secure, I have a lot of hair in the back to play with. And it, of course, just depending on the length of hair, you might have less, you might have more. So I'm gonna take some of the tails and I'm gonna flip them up through here. And I'm gonna just twist them right in the center of those ponies to fill that space in, but I also want to give a variation in layers so that way she doesn't have so much length in the back. So I want to play around with that a little bit. So again, twisting it, filling in the space, and then I'm going to use my bobby pins to put those in place. Now that I have both buns in place, I'm actually just gonna start opening things up a little bit more and relaxing the style because this type of style, it's really meant to be more romantic, looser, and we really love the body right now. There's also a disconnection in the length, although I really do love the length. I think just taking a little piece here, open up your bobby pin and place it in, and then all you're gonna do is flip it up and stick it right into the center of your style. And that kind of gives a little bit more interest as far as giving like more tiers or levels to your layers and where that shape is falling. Now it's time for finishing touches. See, it really was that easy. I'm gonna take the back end of my Upstyle brush and I am actually going to go through and give a little bit of lift through the front area so the style matches everywhere around. You know, you want this to be kind of loose and romantic, fitting the rest of this style. And once I finish that, I am actually gonna take these little tails. So the reason why I like to let this fall organically is because sometimes depending on the color and the texture of the hair, sometimes it looks really, you know, relaxed and stuff, but we have such a dramatic pitch between the layering around the face and the length. So I am gonna take these little pieces here and I'm gonna just take a bobby pin and I'm gonna loosely pull it into my style. And I actually like the fact that it falls a little bit softer. So this is where I can kind of take the back end through here, give it a little bit of a tap to open it up. And I'm gonna take this entire piece through here and I'm going to bring it right into the style. So I'm just gonna give a little bobby pin and slip it right into the style here. And this is where you can really go soft with it if you want to, because it's anchored in. You can pull on that all you want on both ends too. And you can see how that just seamlessly flows right into the style. So I'm gonna do the exact same thing on the other side. All right, and there you have it. A nice, easy, seamless updo, just using the Upstyle brush from Olivia Garden. Thank you so much for hanging out. Make sure you comment below if you want to see another style in the future, and I will see you next time.